money, where the food. Nigerian people want improve. But since you come, na tears and pain. We don't tire to complain. After the election, where them do, we still they wait for the change. All the promise when they make, they gonna be like saying a fake. Where the money, where the food, cause everybody want improve. Since you come, no tears and pain, we don't tire to complain, I see the bad way you've been do. You don't tear Nigeria into two. 97% and 5%. You know been talk like president. They rule Nigeria with sentiment. And take your office to revenge. Oh yeah now, Abba Kyari, we dey beg you. Let Nigeria no go scatter for your head, yo. Yes, sir. After the election, where them do. Chai. Wow. People we supposed talk to power don't off mind. And if we talk, 500,000, call them hate speech. Fear not. Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner. All these bad people with it. So my people make we this one not they off in mind. And in the torchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want it power. Then we go get light and power. Them hustle so they can't get the power. Now they know they do anything. Every day get higher power. Feed them talk say make we off mind. Maiyegun don't come. Make you louder. People make we shout. Maiyegun don't come. Man of the masses. Maiyegun diary politico. This one not the mine. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Say that Maiyegun, that man they talk. Say Maiyegun diary. They hot every day, then they took money, but woman begin they the street, they hot taxi, no talk, make we no thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. My people make you laugh. Maiyegun don't come. My people make you shout. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Maiyegun diary politico. This man.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good morning. This is Maiyegun, wherever you are watching from.
Maiyegun diary Politico. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kò nílẹ̀ ọ̀pátánìsì. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Ó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí sára balẹ̀ sẹ́wọ̀ kẹ́kọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá
Joining me, share the broadcast, invite your friends, tag who you need to tag. I mean, ask them, tell them that Maiyegun today. Welcome to the temple of truth. And as your chief priest, I welcome you all. Share the broadcast, tell the brethren that Maiyegun today. Read the caption of the broadcast, read the description as well. You can also make your own contribution accordingly. Drop your comments, and if time allows, tonight we will take some calls as well. Share Thank you very much, Ben. Yes, I managed to drink lots of water, and at the same time, I managed to have some rest, but I still haven't really rested enough. Tell them that Maiyegun today. So if you have read the one-man battalion, take it from here. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decide barbarians today. The Buhari even though the Buhari didn't able to get the Buhari did not choose. The Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, video of him in court, we got image of him in court today, the obedient fools, sophisticated morons that Nigeria DSS is bringing against him. Humbled slaves. But there are some highlights of the court appearance on the court case today before the adjournment to the 8th of April. Lecturers, and I think you should know about it. The progress, their cousins on the, those ones who run mad on social media all the time. Now social media bandits, the Facebook ads, let's go to Abuja, where the senior advocate of Nigeria, Maiyegun, but is representing Mazi. They don't think about their choices before we proceed. Therefore, they look around and look for those to blame for their problems. But we are just here to remind them, and at the same time to tell them that, you see, decisions or actions will have consequences. Something they are not so kind of familiar with.
Is to give them a
Pablo Kyari, the Super Cup, I've been a Robocop
at all.
The fake
Nnamdi Kanu
police in Nigeria intelligence unit, drug smuggler, money launderer, scammer,
was it made
somebody working with internet fraudsters. These are the news, right?
Under the ground. You didn't
that represent Nigeria.
That was to run away from.
I am not an internet fraudster. I'm not a drug smuggler. I am not a kidnapper. I am not a money launderer. I am not a politician. But guess what? Because I carry that passport called Nigeria passport, that green passport, wherever I go to, when they say, oh, because Nigeria is so corrupt,
Federal High Court,
even their own policemen who are supposed to protect the people, they are the kidnappers. So when they caught them, they will say, it's not my fault. It is my enemies at work. That guy was so good though. Maybe his enemies at work.
The brokers were in furtherance.
It's not your enemy, it's your choice.
For you to charge a person with
so I don't know where I should start from, guys, because I get some loads of stuff to share with you tonight.
After the election, where them do, we still they wait for the change. All the promise when they make, it don't be like saying a fake. Where the money, where the food, cause everybody want improve. Since you come, no tears and pain.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mind. And if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh, yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This man Maiyegun lawamo, amo dododo.
Good evening. Good morning.
Maiyegun ti de.
Good afternoon to
Ọ̀rẹ́
you.
ara ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, lórí Facebook, lórí.
Wherever you are watching from, this is Maiyegun Live.
Gbogbo ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico.
You are all welcome to the Temple of Truth. And as your chief priest, I welcome you all. Share the broadcast. Tell the brethren that Maiyegun today.
Àní Maiyegun làwámọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun Diary, àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook.
Thank you very much, Ben. Yes, I managed to drink a lot of water. And at the same time, I managed to have some rest, but I still haven't really rested enough. We tell them that Maiyegun today, one-man battalion, Ìdààmú àdúgbò yín, especially the Sai barbarians, the Buharidins, the Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Unekaris, the obedient fools, sophisticated morons, obedient fools, and humble slaves, their uncles and aunties abroad. Remember them, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, their cousins on the, those ones who run mad on social media all the time, the social media bandits, the Facebook adsmen. Tag them, Lagos Abobakus. They blame other people for their problems, but themselves, they don't think about their choices. Therefore, they look around and look for those to blame for their problems. But we are just here to remind them and at the same time to tell them that, you see, decisions or actions will have consequences. Something they are not so kind of familiar with. Pablo Kyari, the super cop, I've been a RoboCop. The fake police in Nigeria intelligence unit, drug smuggler, money launderer, scammer, somebody working with internet fraudsters. These are the news, right? That represent Nigeria. I am not an internet fraudster. I'm not a drug smuggler. I am not a kidnapper. I am not a money launderer. I am not a politician. But guess what? Because I carry that passport called Nigeria passport, that green passport, wherever I go to, when they say, oh, Nigeria is so corrupt. Even their own policemen who are supposed to protect the people, they are the kidnappers. So when they caught them, they will say, it's not my fault. It is my enemies at work. Ah, that guy was so good though. Maybe his enemies at work. It's not your enemy, it's your choice. So I don't know where I should start from, guys, because I get some loads of stuff to share with you tonight. Because Aregbesola don't give the second base. Oh. Maybe we should start from Aregbesola versus Tinubu Empire. Some of you thought the video you watched few days ago in Ijesha, where Aregbesola publicly told everyone that Tinubu wanted to be God. He is not a good man because they thought he was a good man. I didn't say that. I didn't cause their wahala. But when you look at this Lagos Abobakus, these Oshogbo Alimajiris, these humble slaves, obedient fools and sophisticated morons, yeah? They blame me. Shut up your mouth. You're enemy of Yoruba. Which one is mine? These guys are rogues. And every day, they give me content. They give me content to show to you that I am right. Yeah? And then you want to blame me. You can't always blame me for what you heard from them. Let's start with this. This was what started it all. When Aregbesola publicly said Tinubu wanted to be God. Ẹ kìlọ̀ fún ìgbín o, kò máa fowó ẹ̀ jóná. Ẹ̀yà ẹ kìlọ̀ fún bàbá o, kò máa fowó ẹ̀ jóná o. Ọ̀rọ̀ ń bọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀. So for those of you who didn't understand Yoruba, that was the video. The video where Aregbesola said he served Tinubu so much that even people around him and around them, yeah, they were asking them that, are you guys still Muslims? Like, you are carrying this person like he's God. Like, are you you are not supposed to worship any human being and all of that. All of that because of Osun State money, Osun people money. And Osun people, they dance there. So, nobody say it's too concern me. But we know where this is headed, right? So, immediately after that video, yeah, the people in Osun, supporter of the governor, who is the cousin to Tinubu, Oyetola. Some of you actually like calling him Oyetola. Anyway, he wants to go for second term. Aregbesola want to put another person there. Like, I'm not your slave now, Baba Tinubu. I am also a man on my own. Come on. Even if I be your apprentice, Abba now, for 20 years, I no supposed graduate. So immediately Aregbesola did that video in order to show that Oletola is in charge. They also staged their own this and all of that. And they actually responded though. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. For those who are watching me from Yoruba land, I am not your enemy. Don't make us fight. Well, I can't say they are fighting and I'll come out and say everything is fine. We are Yoruba brothers and sisters. Yoruba brothers and sisters call. Yoruba brothers and sisters name. I'm still coming to that. So they responded to Aregbesola.
Kò sẹ́nìkan nu wọn tó wà lókè tó lòun ṣe tọ́ọ̀pù nu wọn tí ó sì máa jèrè ẹgbẹ́ dìdì sí o. Kọ́lápọ̀ Alimi 508,000 ló ń gbà lóṣù níbi iṣẹ́ Gbàjàbíàmílà tó ń ṣe 508,000 ló ń gbà lóṣù títí dọ̀la. Ó dẹ̀ lóhùn ráǹfààní lọ́dọ̀ Oyètọ́lá ibi tó ti ráǹfààní ṣe ìsinmi ẹgbẹ́ wa náà ni. Lọ́wọ́ Adébíyì 508,000 ló ń gbà bí iṣẹ́ mo ní payslip ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́. Tó bá ní pé tí mo sọ ò bá mu kó lọ lé o kó lọ sílé ẹjọ́ kó ní mo bọ̀ lórúkọ jẹ́. Najib Salah tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ 1.2 million ló ń gbà lóṣù bẹ́ẹ̀. Àkànwó oṣooṣù ló ń gbàgbẹ̀mù lọ́dọ̀ mínísítà Gbénga Àkànwó. Gbogbo wọn tẹ ẹni tó ń kó àwọn tó ń parọ́ fún àwọn ọlọ́mọ yẹn náà ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ wọn o wọ́n ń gbowó lóṣù kálukú ló ní payslip ẹni tí ò bá gbowó ó ń ṣe supply oúnjẹ fẹ́lẹ́wọ̀n ẹni tí ò ṣe supply oúnjẹ fẹ́lẹ́wọ̀n ó ń kọ̀wé ó ń gbowó tó wà lókè ibẹ̀ yẹn o. Wọ́n wá máa parọ́ fún àwọn kan ní wọ́ọ̀dù àbí ní kinní kan Oyètọ́lá yẹn Bashiru yẹn kinní kankan èmi ò ní jẹ̀gùn wọn yẹn tèmi o èmi náà ráǹfààní ti tèmi o àdẹ̀ ní sí i lọ́nà. Ohun tó yé wa gbangba ni wípé ẹgbẹ́ ó ju ẹnì kankan lọ. Àwọn tó jẹ́ bàbá wọn mọ̀ pé ẹgbẹ́ táwọn mọ̀ pé ẹgbẹ́ wà àbí tẹ́gbẹ́ wà láwà ẹbí progressive látàrí action group àti di UPN àti UPN àti AD àti gbogbo àti APC tó wá tó dọ̀la tó lè di ACC a mọ̀ pé ẹgbẹ́ ló wà ń bẹ̀ àdẹ̀mọ́ra wa. Àmọ́ àwọn àsáwọ̀ kan kéèyàn máa lọ sórí lọ sọ̀rọ̀ pé o lọ s'Àbújá nígbà 15 kiri kankan ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tó mọ nǹkan tá a kọ sínú ìwé ni. Èmi Ajíbọ́lá Bashiru ni mo draft nǹkan tó kọ́kọ́ kọ láti defend case Oyètọ́lá tá a lọ discuss pẹ̀lú Wọlé Ọlánìpẹ̀kun kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ bàtà àṣìpàdé pẹ̀lú Wọlé Ọlánìpẹ̀kun. Ìgbà tí mo tún wọlé as a senator èmi ni mo dúró tí mo announce appearance láti gba judgement fún Oyètọ́lá ní court of appeal níbo ló wà lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Nígbà tó fẹ́ argue case court of appeal.
So they shall responded because it's a long story. You know, difference between Aregbesola Baba Kabiru's camp and Oyètọ́lá Àbúrò Ìgbín Ìrágbìjí, Ìgbín of Bodilon. The difference between their camp is that when Aregbesola is talking, even you, all of you who doesn't like Aregbesola, when he's talking, my brother and sister, you can always you can get a bit carried away, Abi. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is this. Trailer. I've been a Amechi train. Don't pass between them. They just told me today that Maiyegun, you see all these outbursts, now film they come. You go see film. Now, do you know that they have already banned Aregbesola at Tinubu's Bodilon? That he can no longer walk in and out of Bodilon like, and if you know the story of Aregbesola and Tinubu, I'll come to that later. So immediately after that, after that outburst, Gbajabiamila, the speaker, decided to shake the tree. All of them, where they collect money from prison, they said they are feeding. You remember they once said they were feeding prisoners in Nigeria. They are feeding them with how much? 1,400 naira a day. How many of you remember that time when Laya Mohammed came out and he said they are feeding each prisoner 1,500 with 1,000 or 3,000 naira a day. Some people are they are those who are the contractors to feed those prisoners all over Nigeria. APC member Egbekegbe. So Bajabi Amole said they want to probe 165 billion naira that was meant to be spent in rehabilitating the prison, also improving the food and the conditions of prisoners, at the same time the living condition of those who are the prison workers. Aregbesola and co, they don't swaram. So now them they fight themselves now. So Aregbesola, Abba Kyari, the man that you will never find wanting. It was the Nikiri today. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. I'll do my best to summarize and interpret.
Lórí pé à ń campaign fún Oyetola. Owó bẹ̀rẹ̀ tán ó lè mìíràn táwọn o. Gbogbo àwọn tó tiẹ̀ bá gbàpò títọ́ tako ló wá fàmúra àwọn yẹn òṣẹ́. Èmi tí mo fi gbogbo agbá gbogbo ọ̀gá lọ́wọ́ fún mi, tí mo fi dúró tì í, tí mo fi sìn ín, tí mo fi ní pé ọ̀pọ̀ dandan òun ni kò jẹ́ àrò lèmi, ó máa mú mi lọ́ta o. Àwa fi ọdún méjì bẹ́ kí ṣe pé àbẹ́ àpòsíwọ̀ tí mi ò fi bẹ́ láyé mo rọrùn sí wọn bẹ́ pé mi ò tiẹ̀ ní kó má nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi ṣùgbọ́n má bá mi jà tọ́lẹ̀ bàbá mi jà má bú mi má lè bá ṣe owó mi jẹ gbogbo nǹkan tí mo ní kó má ṣe ló má ṣe o ó tako gbogbo nǹkan tá a gbé kalẹ̀. Gbogbo kẹta ṣe ká fi ọdún mẹ́jọ ṣe papọ̀ torí pé ó rò pé tó ń bá rí ta làwọn bàjẹ́ á bàjẹ́ délẹ̀ ọkọ ló ti ara ẹ̀ ẹ bá dárúkọ anybody ó mọ ọmọ rìn tó rìn yẹn ni mi ò dẹ̀ ní lọ ṣe fẹ́ pèmí lọ́pọ̀ títọ́ ọjọ́ tó rìn yẹn mo ti kúrò lórí yẹn òun ló kùtà fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ lẹ́nu ó bá jókòó ti ní. Mo rán èèyàn sí wọ́n fẹ́ gbé lẹ́yìn fi bẹ́ẹ̀ olóòrò gbà ó wọ́n dàbí tó bá lẹ́yìn ara o. Nígbà tí wọ́n rí pé ọ̀gẹ̀ eléyìí olùtòkù lọ wọ́n bọ́ lọ sọ̀rọ̀. Ọlọ́run tó yẹ pé lóòótọ́ ni mo ṣọkùnrin jẹ́ kó nípa lórí mi o. Ẹ̀kú gbọ́dọ̀ ni mo fi sìn ín tí mi ò dẹ̀ rọ̀bà jẹ́ sí tí mi wá ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Dáadáa ní ìgbà tó. Mo wá pé àwọn tó jẹ́ tiwa ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pariwo fáwọn èèyàn yìí pé ẹgbẹ́ onítẹ̀síwájú ẹgbẹ́ afẹ́nifẹ́re kò kọ́nà bàjẹ́ o. Mo béèrè béèrè kan ní ìjẹ̀bújẹ̀ ìṣẹ́pàtà sọ̀rọ̀ níjẹta mo ní ẹ dúró. Ìjẹ́rìí. Mo ní tẹ́lẹ̀ ọba padà wá sáyé nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ìbò ló máa wà. Ṣé ẹgbẹ́ àwọn tí a pààrọ̀ yẹn lórí wọn ló máa wà ní àbí tiwa? Ọ̀dọ́ ló máa wà. Tí wọ́n lè dé bá padà wá. Ẹ̀yà akọrin tiẹ̀ ọ̀pẹ́ lóye ọ́. Bàbá olóore yìí lóye ọ́. Ọlọ́run ọba ó ṣe àgbáyé lọ. Ó ṣe òkà. Olùkọ́ èdè ni ẹ wọ́n ti wọ́n ti kà pé gan. Olùkọ́ àní ọ̀pẹ́ lóye ọ́. Bàbá olóore yìí lóye ọ́. Ọlọ́run ọba ó ṣe àgbáyé lọ. Ó ṣe òkà. Kí báyìí tó bá padà wá sáyé ibi tó bá wà ní kò ní lọ sí ìjọ àwọn tó bá wà láwọn pa. Asọ́bẹ̀ yìí pé torí pàwọn alágbé àṣìá ẹgbẹ́ yìí lọ́wọ́. Àwa la jìyà, ọlá làágùn, àwa la fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ àtúmọ̀ra wa
ìgbé ẹgbẹ́ ìdúró láti tọ́jú náà fún àbẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ni. ó ní nǹkan kò lè dúró kí nǹkan ẹ bàjẹ́. àwọn àtọ̀hún ìwà tó ọmọ bá ṣe ṣẹgbẹ́ kò sí kò tó ọ̀nà ṣe. alága ẹgbẹ́ wa lẹ́ni àwọn aláwọ̀fà kúrò ní ẹgbẹ́ PDP. kò dé lánàá alága wa lánàá àwọn aláwọ̀fà kúrò ní ẹgbẹ́ PDP. kò dé àti padà síbẹ̀ àwọn náà nígbà kó dà kó wà lù àwa ronú títí tí a gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀lé ní báwo ni ká ṣe ṣe. àwọn àgbàdo wa sọ pé ibi tó kù táwọn lọ ní pé ká padà síbi tá a ti kù mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. ó dà pé ẹ̀tọ́ fẹ́ ga wọ́n ní ìkọ̀kọ́ náà wò wá wọ́dù àwẹ̀ yìí. àwa wẹ̀ yìí àwa rí i pé ibi tá a ti kù mọ̀ dé ẹ̀ tó yẹ ká gbé síwájú àkọọ́lẹ̀. Àwa gbọ́dọ̀ dáńtí ní àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìgbé ìta aláìwọlé lókìkí ọ̀dẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn torí lórí Aregbesola. Àwọn tí ò wá wà kọ́ ọkọ̀ ìparun ni. Owó ń bẹ́ wọ́n sáré wọ́n bá tó yẹ. Tí ó kà gangan lọ́dọ̀ bí ẹ̀gbà. Sáwọn ojú wọn lọ́rọ̀ ló ń gbèrò sọ́sà. Ẹbí sí ọkà ní ìlú ìdáná. Ẹ má dàgbà sí wà owó ìparun ni. Ìjọba
So sorry. I know some of you don't really understand Yoruba. He was narrating how he suffered for Tinubu's brother to be governor. So Aregbesola then decided he will go back to the people because they are the people who suffered most, and he will give them a new governor who is not Tinubu's brother. You know what? See, if you are watching on YouTube, right? When that video was playing, right? I was reading comments on YouTube. You need to probably just get your second device and go and read comments on YouTube. You will see so many Lagos Abobakus. Yeah? Oh, man. They didn't know that. The reason why I called your leaders, jokes and all of you, right? The reason why I call all your leaders their true names, yeah, is because that should be their name, one. Then number two is to get all of you humble slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, to get you angry. You don't know. Okay, maybe now you know. Because you think I'm sounding like that to be funny. So many people think when I call them names, Ikene Shatabandu, fake Pastor Ruga, Agboworin Babaoja, special advisor to Bokwari on burial arrangements, condolences matter, and trader money. You don't know that all those names, they may sound funny. I didn't pronounce them to be funny. I am using those names to get you angry. Ẹ̀yin wèrè ọmọ àlè játijàti olóúnjẹ ìyà. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ òfò ọmọ ọ̀ràn bàbá ìyà àgbà ìṣẹ́. Ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú ọmọ àlè játijàti. You see, you are offended by names. You are offended. Don't call them that name. You this Maiyegun. Every other thing I have been saying, they don't matter to you. You think I'm saying them because I wanted to be funny. No. I wanted to get you upset because I know many of you pretenders. Honestly speaking, you know, when I was doing my research of how to get all these worries, how can I get them to listen to Maiyegun? The first thing they will say is that the reason why I don't like listening to that boy is because he's very, very insulting. He always insults elders. I don't like that kind of thing. Yorubas don't insult elders. Now, whereas they say that, it is true that Yorubas, not just elders, Yorubas don't insult Yoruba. Not just that, we don't disrespect responsible people. Whether you are old or young, we will respect you. In Yoruba land, we know the Olori Buruku Agbayas. The Olori Buruku Agbayas that are eating the future, they have eaten their own future. They've written the future of yesterday's generation, today's generation, and they have already mortgaged the future's generation. How do you think I always get you to watch? You don't like me. I know you don't like me. Yeah? But somehow, yeah, you get comfortable when I'm talking and talking. But no matter what, until I get to that point that I call out your criminal leaders, now then you go and play the card. You know? Like I said, I was doing my research. I was like, there are people that they are supporters of oppression. They are supporters of everything that is wrong with Nigeria. But because they wear suit and tie, because they are living abroad, because they look like their life is looking better, the Olori Burukus, they are there. They are always around. The Olori Burukus who hide behind, don't insult elders. I like what you are doing. I mean, you know, I understand what you are saying. I mean, I like your program. But you know what I don't like about you is because, you know, I don't like the way you are changing their names. You need to show some respect. Be a Yoruba man. Be a Yoruba man. Kill you, Danudie. They call them fencist. Politically correct people. Oh, I understand what you're saying. But you see, to build a country, you need to understand the economical, triagonomical, blah, 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 blah nonsense to confuse you. The weirdest. Home and abroad, do I know them? How can I get them angry to expose them? Because when you look at somebody who probably you won't see APC, you won't see him support APC, you won't see him support PDP. But the moment I drop those names, they just suddenly get offended. You're like, why are you angry? Why are you angry that I called him Tifnumbu? Why are you angry that I called him Atifku? Why? Bros, why are you angry? No, it's just I just thought he should respect, kill you, Dano. Kill you, everything in you. Do I look like somebody who respects criminals? So you can abuse me, call me names. I just know you. And I want you to know that even though you don't like me, when you receive notification that Maiyegun is live, the first thing you do is you will check. Somehow, you just found yourself watching me for another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Until you feel like I can't take this anymore. I can't take this. But you are still watching. You are still going to come back tomorrow. You are going to watch my video as long as I live. Do you understand that? And how do you think I can always get you angry? Of course, by calling you out and call you your name. The Buhari idiots, the cyberbarians, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, the humble slaves, and your uncles and aunties. Oh, your uncles and aunties abroad. The abroadians, Buhari idiots. Those ones who are advising you from abroad, telling you that Rome was not built in a day. The Mumu Madus, the Mumu lecturers, the Bele lecturers. I've shared your story many times. Do you think I actually really care how you feel? Those things don't work. And what I do on MaiyegunsDiary Politico is to tell my people to also learn how never to be blackmailed by those things. When you speak your mind, they will say, you need to respect elders, okay? I understand what you're... And the people who say it to you, they are supposed to be educated, probably older than you. And you are like, and I respect this person, and I don't want to insult this person. I'm just advising you because I care for you. You see, this country, you need to understand how this country works. The way that is telling you that you need to understand how Nigeria works, he doesn't understand jack shit about Nigeria. He is as dumb as those like him. But they will tell you, you need to understand this peculiarity, the peculiarity of this country. You can't just break a country like, you need to understand, they are already brukus, they don't know jack shit. So don't let anybody, any other person, or somebody who look like, especially on social media, don't get carried away by any worries that put this personality on social media. Personality of people who look responsible. They always kind of look responsible. They have families. Sometimes you see them, they live abroad. Don't let those Olori Brukus try to blackmail you. That is why they don't like me. That's why they will tell you, I don't have respect. Because they want you to say, uncle, fake pastor Ruga. Oh, daddy Tifnumbu. Oh, our holiness. Our great-grandfather, Bokwari, like you need to show some respect. Respect kill you, Dano. Everything in you. So when you decide to speak out, like Maiyegun, in your own small space, you will see all these characters. They are people, they start from family. I've been doing this for 8 years. You all know that. Do you think I just jumped the whole gun? There are family members too. Family members. This boy, you need to be very careful. When I started telling them that when I told my own family member that so who are you that I can't tell you when you tell me to be careful, because it is a mental game. So you need to unlock that. Speak out when you see criminals. Call them by their names. Don't say because it's a pastor. Don't say because it's an imam. Don't say because it's Oluwo. If he's a criminal, say it exactly. Even if he dressed like Abi Jawarabi, don't give a damn. Say it. Even when people are saying, hey, one more, show real. Hey, you need to be careful. You need to all those things. They are called psychological manipulation. You won't see it. They usually come from people closer to you. So when I annoy them, now they annoy them now. They don't annoy me. Do you get that now? So when you see all these Lagos Abobakus, these Oshogbo Alimajiris, don't feel offended by them. My job is to see if I can give them therapy long enough that they will probably be saved. So that's just the cracking part. Anyway, I want to top my tea. Then I can come back and tell you more about this trailer to Barney. I want trailer only 48 tires, but I'm coming back to that. Just give me a second. We'll be back. Shout to me ole pariwo. That's Pablo dancing. Sheri ọ̀rọ̀ ti Pablo, Pablo Kyari, role model to Buhari idiots, cyberbarians. Are you with me? But let's talk about betrayal. When people tell you will be say you have never been part of all their shenanigans and all the nonsense that they call politics. Especially in Yoruba land, Jejeo, you sit down your own Jejeo. You dey think how can we get out of this wahala, God? Look at what they have done to us. 22 years of democracy. No electricity. No good roads. No rail system. No good healthcare system. No good schools. Now, joblessness everywhere. Crime on the rise. Hunger on the increase. You are just there thinking about your life. Hey, I've got 3 sons. 2 of them are graduates. They don't have job. I'm still feeding them. What kind of a country is this? Then they brought this Kolu. The man, they want to mortgage your life. They want to mortgage your life to be buying Pampers for Tinubu. Pampers Arugbo. For him, that's what they want to do with your future. Now you are like, no, don't, please, don't involve me with this Kolu. Then some Olori Burukus, some Momoales. We call, and it's because of Atenujel, crumb beaters, ass lickers, crumb chasers, all risers. They will not start to blackmail you. That's it, because you are you not a Yoruba man? Have you ever seen the Igbos come out to criticize their own leaders? That is a blackmail. It is not you. Not be you want to destroy Tinubu. Don't let anybody blackmail you. Okay? Have you ever seen the Igbos come out to criticize their leaders? Only you, the Yorubas. Tinubu is not your leader. To start with, Tinubu is not your leader. That you are a Yoruba man. And Tinubu, Igbin Ragbiji, that never made him your own leader. Just ensure of that, right? Igbos, they don't just criticize their leaders. They try to beat them up when opportunity presents itself. Ask Ekweremadu. If they have chance, they beat them up. They don't talk too much. If they get chance, they will beat them up. How many of you, humble slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, Lagos Abobakus, how many of you are bold enough to even say and beat up your councillor in your local government or beat up the local government chairman that is using your money to marry? But what? Because you are humble slaves. Humble slaves. Follow. But it's not my fault that you want to still follow Aregbesola and co. They said they are no longer doing follow. Is that my fault? But you can blame me. I mean, if it makes you feel better. But talking about betrayal, the whole thing, CEO, everything looked like yesterday. Something that the Yorubas will say, Ojo no re o bi ana o. When Afenifere was indeed about the Yoruba people, and Afenifere decided then, in their own intelligence, then they decided that the only way to get the best deal for the Yoruba people in Nigeria is to join the political system of that time, democratic system that Nigeria was about to introduce. Meaning Yorubas are going to go into democracy with their own demand, right in their right hands. And if the rest of Nigeria come with their own demand, we will trash it out in this democracy. They started a political party, and it was called Alliance for Democracy, AD. That was what gave Tinubu the platform to become the governor of Lagos State. Many of you know the story, but I don't want to go into that. We are talking about betrayal. But there are some names that should ring bells to you, especially this one, Abraham Adesoya. You know what Tinubu did? Inside AD, the moment some AD selfish, greedy governors, or Yoruba governors, they decided to, after they have failed their people 4 years, Oshoba, give me their names again. We had Oshoba. You had this one that is always smiling from Oshun, BC Akonde. You have this from Ondo, Tinubu from Lagos, Adebayo from Ekiti. Who was this guy from Ondo again? Right? They all went to make a deal after failing their people, after they have failed Yoruba people 4 years. None of them spoke about changing the constitution, restructuring, something they promised the Yorubas in 1999. When they know that they are likely never going to return, they decide to go and make a deal with Obasanjo. That Obasanjo will use federal might. Yorubas will vote for Obasanjo. Yorubas that never voted for, even though Obasanjo was a Yoruba, he's a Yoruba man. Yorubas didn't vote for him because they didn't believe in PDP agenda. Afenifere was there to give the Yorubas the political platform to negotiate our place in Nigeria. And the people they gave the opportunity to, who call themselves your elder statesmen today, bunch of old criminals, yeah? When they failed, they rushed to Obasanjo, that if Obasanjo could return them, they will ask the Yorubas to vote for Obasanjo. What they asked for was that Obasanjo is welcome to rig election in Yoruba land. And that's what happened. And since they were all out of power, like magic, Tinubu survived. What did Tinubu do? He did not show loyalty to the foundation, to the party. He did not show loyalty to the Yoruba people. It was an opportunity for them to move. What did they do? They started the slogan, justice. Some of you will know the story very well. What were they called? Justice movement or something. Just like the ones you have now. Bola on your mandate, Bola on your mandate, Bola on your mandate, we shall stand. That's the new one. But in 2004, instead of salvaging AD, the Yoruba party, Tinubu saw the opportunity to betray those who were the Yoruba leaders of that time and to make himself one. And he decided not to build institution. He decided to build people who will be loyal to him. Are you following me? That's not my fault. This happened. So even if you don't like me telling you, but it happened. There is something that happened that led to one thing, to the other, to another, to another. Before the people that you said Tinubu made are now going after him, they will destroy him. He's already gone. They are done with him. You don't need to believe me. I don't even need you to believe me. Why do you want to believe me? Just listen. Justice movement or something they were called. Justice Forum. God bless you. People are alive. Look, Justice Forum. And that was that. No more Baba Sokwe. No more Baba Sokwe. They started it. Tinubu started it. You know, he had money. He was governor of Lagos State. He had the money. The people that could challenge him, they were no longer in power. Ogun State was lost. Ekiti, Osun, Oyo, Lamadeshino, they all lost. So they couldn't challenge him. It was meant to fund that party and get them back to power possibly and continue the agenda of the Yoruba people. No, they said, no more Baba Sokwe. No more Baba Sokwe. That was the first betrayer of the agenda of the Yoruba land. To this Lagos Abobakus, all this Omoali. They say even if you don't meet Iton, you will meet Aroba. Aroba is the grandfather of Iton. All of you think we all have a short memories, Abi? No, we don't. Talking about betrayer. Tinubu betrayed Yoruba cause. Tell it to the mountain. Say it to everybody. Tell your children that. And nobody should blackmail you. Okay? You should never be blackmailed into agreeing to a call that his own people have rejected. Don't let anybody blackmail you. Justice Forum. No more Baba Sokwe. No more Baba Sokwe. And that was what spread in Lagos. That was what made them to move. And guess what? They started their own political party. Action Congress, Egbe Onigbale, Eyagbadanu. Who know the song? How many of you remember the song? Action AD is not dead, though. AD still had their own ESCO, blah, blah, blah. Tinubu started his own political party, his own movement, Justice Forum. That was what gave birth to Fashola, Aregbesola, that is the Isaleko Barack Obama, Aregbesola, what's the other guy name? Fake Pastor Ruga Shatabandu, Ikene Shatabandu, and so many of those names you now know. Mamowora, give me the names now. Some of you know them, Sha. Cut the long story short. But their loyalty is not to any political party, but to Tinubu and whatever is Tinubu's political interest. So he became the decider. The thing he condemned in AD, and it was Baba Sokwe that made him governor. So some of you who remember, what's that guy's name? The guy that should be the governor, that is supposed to real Lagosian, Dosumu. What's that guy's name? Something Dosumu. That was supposed to be the real Lagosian, that should be the first Lagos governor in 1999. But it was this Baba Sokwe that chose Bola. Bola is a very good guy. He was very, very useful during the Nadeko days. He's a very, very useful, blah, 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 blah. He can do better. Baba Sokwe made Tinubu the first governor of Lagos State. It's a long story, but that's not where I'm going. In 2003, that was when Funshaw Williams was supposed to challenge Tinubu. When he couldn't, because of those, the level of the politics of that time, he ended up in the PDP. And you know what happened to him? They killed him. But anyway, they started AC. He started his own group. And it was from this group in Lagos. Some of them, he made them commissioners. Some of them, he made them senators. He gave them different positions. What he was doing was that he was building them. Then at a stage, he started sending them back to their original states in Yoruba land. Aregbesola, that was commissioner in Lagos State, was sent to Osun State to go and be governor, so that he can take that agenda expansion, AC, then ACN. So that was how he became the centerpiece of everything. That was when Yoruba agenda died. So Tinubu killed what could have been the Yoruba agenda in this new democratic dispensation since 1999. But some of you don't know. Do you know Tinubu's antecedent? What is the antecedent? I just gave you the facts now. You can disprove that. That's what you should do. You should disprove it. You should not be ranting because you are ignorant. Do you understand? You shouldn't be ranting. Come on, get education. Get yourself a little bit of education. And I just gave that to you for free. First betrayer. He did not just betray the Yoruba elders. He betrayed the Yoruba entirely to pursue his own agenda. That was when he started making himself regional champion, because his political expansion project worked. Time here, people didn't really understand how these whole permutation were done until later, including the courts. We didn't know that Tinubu was getting court judgment, and he was giving the judges, he was giving them choice plot of land in Lagos. He was giving them this landed property here, like houses there, this judge house landed property there. He was giving them at cheap to get those judgments to encourage his expansion agenda. And what did the people he sent to those places do? Did they make Yoruba land better? Shebi, if you are from Ekiti, can you tell yourselves the truth? How far? 22 years of democracy. Igbos have never ruled Yoruba land. Hausa Fulani have never ruled Yoruba land. Igbos have never write any budget for Yoruba land. Hausa Fulani have never write any budget for Yoruba land. Igbos have never passed any budget for Yoruba land. Hausa Fulani have never passed any budget for Yoruba land. Igbos and Hausa Fulani have never executed any contracts for the government of Yoruba land. Then you can say, now the Igbo senator come there, come collect the money. That's why we don't have electricity. For 22 years, Yorubas have been in charge of the Yorubas affairs in Nigeria because they have not been getting you any better deal. Now, can you tell yourselves the truth? For once, how is Ekiti State? How is Osun State? How is Ogun State, the place I come from? The last time I visited, yeah, if somebody told me then that Ogun State just came out of a war, I would never disagree. I'm never going to doubt that. Yes, Ogun State, dusty, dirty, and God. So who do you blame? He did his expansion. At the end of the day, what you got is that some few people who became unscrupulously rich, stupendously rich. Why the people that they claim to be representing in the name of Awolowo, in the name of Bola Ige, in the name of this and that, they continually remain poor. They continually fall into that poverty basket. So it didn't work for Yoruba people. So if anybody says your opposition to Tinubu is because you hate him, can you please explain to them that they should use their senses for once? If you have anybody to blame, then blame yourselves. I'm a Yoruba man, and I will never blame an Igbo man for what Yoruba land is today. I'm a Yoruba man. I will never blame an Hausa Fulani man for what is happening in Yoruba land today. Whether we are safe, whether we are not safe, whether we are poor, whether we are not poor, or whatever is happening to us today in Yoruba land, I won't blame them. You know why? There are people parading themselves as those who represent Yoruba land. Look at them. Are they not comfortable with what is going on? When they are comfortable, what should the Igbo do? What should the Fulani do? What should the Hausa do for you? So maybe if you can think it that way. So they started what they call the justice. And this same man, this is another part of this same Tinubu, he started using his own boys against themselves. You know? Like, you know, when you play chess, some of them are now feeling like, you know, even if you have an ambition, if Asiwaju say no, Papa, you have to bury it. If you don't, it will bury you. Now, that is the whole thing. But underneath, they are not feeling comfortable. That is why all this outburst. Bankiti, thank you very much, by the way. I appreciate that. You are fearless lion. Talking about lion. That is why they didn't want Nnamdi Kanu to change his clothes. They said the clothes they took to his detention. They said they had the graffiti of a lion. So, and then same thing to Chris. Thank you very much, Chris. Maiyegun, we love you. Carry on with their real names. Your words are not diluted, and we don't give a dime. Absolutely, we don't give a dime about what they feel, because that's the best way to tell them how we feel inside. And if it gets them angry, they should be our guest. So this man, Tinubu, started playing his own boys against themselves. And some of them are not comfortable with that. They are now revolting. So he started what they call mandate forum. That is, those are the ones singing now. On your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, we shall stand. We shall stand on your pampas, we shall stand. On your pampas, we shall stand. On your pampas, Bola, on your pampas, Bola, on your pampas, we shall stand. That's the new one. Now, that one, they are now identifying those they call saboteurs. The people who are trying to destroy Tinubu from within. And they're not going to give up like that. You're not going to bite the fingers that fed you. That's unacceptable. What is more unacceptable is that Maiyegun is talking about it. All these things, they wanted it to be isu nueku. That is make them our own in-house. Not to shout them. We are not dumb. You can live in denial. It doesn't matter. We are not dumb. So this mandate standard, or pampas, we shall start. So all of you can make your own song. I don't, people they make songs now. So there's a lot of it out there. Nobody wants to be bamboozled by a man who wants to steal their destiny again to buy pampas. Do you understand that? It's not me. You may not like the way I'm saying it. You may not like me. I'm just joking. Majority of you like it, Abi. You see, when they are building our hellfire. Do you understand that now? Some of you will go just share the same block together in hellfire. If you are laughing, I'm saying what people are singing. They are singing that out there now. Because you see, I heard that song from the same camp of the Buhari idiots, Lagos Abobakus. Because Pastor Ruga want to be president too. But Pastor Ruga is a coward. Somehow he is a coward, okay? It's not an insult, it's just the truth. The truth, okay? So Pastor Ruga want to be president. Initially, they were planning to announce Pastor Ruga sometimes after May 29. So now they are now saying, what is mandate? Mandate forum call, mandate forum ni. On your mandate. All of them sang the same song before. On your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, we shall, blah, 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 right? Like that. But guess what? They are now singing, on your pampas, they shall stand. On your pampas, they shall stand. On your pampas, Bola, on your pampas, Bola, on your pampas, they shall stand. I didn't start this song. I heard it somewhere. That's the problem. They always think I make all these things up. Sometimes I don't make them up. I heard them somewhere. I pretend that I didn't hear. I just pretend. But when I come onto MaiyegunSdiary Politico, I'll just let it out. So anyway, Osunbade and Co, they are now also trying to push the narrative that Tinubu is sick. So if I turn on my camera tomorrow and I start showing you some documents, videos, and all of that, even if the Lagos Abobaku are going to get angry, but it's not me. I am just somebody walking about. I'm just freelancing. I'm everywhere. You don't see me until when you listen to me and say, Maiyegun, how did you know that? Maiyegun, how did you hear that one? How did you get this one? But I'm everywhere. It's not me. I just have an idea of putting them together to warn you first and say, don't buy this product. This is going to be the end result. It doesn't matter if you listen to me or not. So they will destroy themselves. You get what I mean now? And those who are going to benefit from it, trust me, they are waiting in the wing. Sorry, my tea is cold again. I want to go to PDP. People destroying people. I'll go to them next. Where Wiki just sent a salvo. Baba, if you are still pretty much up, like this video, share it if you haven't shared it, yeah? And I will be back in a minute or two. Let's go to Kano. Mami osi banjo, and me osi
Kano Tubingiwa. I'm here in Kano. Kano Kodame Kazo Africa. As incredibly humorous people of Kano will say, Garini Mba Kano Ba Dajin Ala.
Anyway, so PDP, that some of you are thinking will come to possibly rescue you from Bokwari. I don't want to sound repetitive. You know the story. The people who brought Bokwari are now the people who are back in PDP. Atifku, Sarakonda, Kwakwanso, I think he's back too. Yeah, is it? Okay. And you know them, Sha. Dino Melaye. Who else? So these are the people who are coming to rescue you. Wike will have none of that. According to Wike is like, no. And everybody should warn Dokwesi. That Dokwesi is dancing naked for Atifku. Even though they themselves feels like the next president of Nigeria to rescue Nigeria from this APC, by PDP, people destroying people, should come from the north. Political strategy, like Sabinus will do, political strategies like this. If we get a northerner president, a southerner vice, we can just wait for it, permutation like that. They have their own plan, but Dokwesi can't feel like say, no. I have already promised the Biafrans that after Atifku, Atifku will use 4 years, okay? And then he's going to hand over to a Biafran. And if Atifku fail to hand over, Dokwesi is going to walk naked. Now, so will the Wike provoke? Sorry, guys. Sorry. This is Wike telling Alaji Dokwesi, Abina Pastor Dokwesi, stop blackmailing us and don't. It also says something like stop walking naked. One Dokwesi, Wike said.
It's most fortunate. These rumors are carried by people like High Chief Raymond Dokwesi. And you can see me here. We were in Bayelsa, stayed very late. I came back from Bayelsa, and on Tuesday, I was there. Today is Thursday. I've been here since 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I have always said to people in PDP, nobody should cause a division amongst the governors. We are trying as much as we can to build the party back and see that 2023 PDP takes over the reins of governance. But I have some suspicion that people like Raymond say I'm not really sincere to the People's Democratic Party. And I think, I'm convinced that Raymond Debosi appears to be working for APC. Why do I say so? I say so because sometimes I look at people by their age, I look at people by their experience, and then I look at people by whatever contributions they have claimed to have made. I don't understand where Raymond Debosi gets this information. This rumor that governors traveled to Europe to decide who will be the presidential candidate and vice presidential candidate comes from him. And I wonder why governors will travel to Europe to take such a decision. Whether such a decision cannot be taken in Abuja, whether it cannot be taken in Yola, whether it cannot be taken in Benin, whether it cannot be taken in Port Harcourt, for him to carry such a very dangerous propaganda. I saw the text he sent to people, which is very bad. And for me, I've told everybody who cares, if you love this party, you must be careful. What Raymond Debosi is doing, because he's going too far, because he thinks that by that kind of campaign he's carrying against the governors will give an advantage to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the Waziri of Adamawa. And for me, Waziri I know, a non-politician as a strategist, will allow Raymond Debosi to carry such propaganda against the governors. It will be unfortunate, because that's not the Waziri I know. Waziri is a known politician, a strategist, and people respect. And so if you have this kind of person that is projecting you to be president or to be the presidential candidate of our party, and who is trying by all means to bring down all the governors, I don't think he's doing well to the Waziri of Adamawa. And for me, everybody has his own choice. But Raymond Debosi cannot and does not have the capacity to run the governors down. If he can run any governor down, he can't run me down. He can't. Yes, people say he's the media mogul, he has the media house, and these are the things I say I, as governor of Rivers State, will not, I will never accept any intimidation from anybody. It doesn't matter how highly placed you are. It doesn't matter. I cannot be intimidated. The interest of Rivers State, the interest of Nigeria is paramount to whatever we are doing. Instead of you to allow the governors to bond, instead of you to allow the governors to work together, you are merely trying to divide the governors day by day, which is not good. Raymond Debosi, or High Chief Raymond Debosi, he does birthdays for the wives. He wants governors to come. He did his last 70th birthday. He wants invited governors. He's right to do that. But when governors attend their fellow governors' occasions or whatever, he risks meaning that the governors are meeting to do this or that. But when the governors come to whichever occasions has invited them, it is good for him. And I have told Raymond Debose, when he visited me last time, there's nothing wrong with you preaching for the candidature of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the Waziri of Adamawa. Very experienced man, an intelligent man, a strategist. But don't destroy other people because of this. But when you destroy them, it will be difficult for PDP to win the election in 2023. So I plead with High Chief Roman Dobese, enough is enough of this their propaganda against governors, of this their propaganda trying to bring governors down. It will not work. For me, it won't work. It may work for anybody, but it won't work. And this should be the last time High Chief Roman Dobese should carry propaganda against the governors. I will not take it any longer. We respect him as an elder statesman. We respect him as somebody who means well for the society. But again, we can't. Even if I'm your son, I have a right to say, Dad, allow me to live the life I want to live. Yeah, allow me to live the life I want to live. So we
then allow all of us to live the life where we want to live. I wish they can let us live the life we want to live. Anyway, that is the PDP. That one are like, you know what happened is this, yeah? Raymond Dokwesi is Atifu's campaign manager. So Raymond Dokwesi want to blackmail everybody to give Atifu a chance. Okay? But the governors themselves feels like Atifu is not different from Bokwari. Now, so Bokwari was so desperate to be your president. And 7 years down the line, where, somebody told me something. He said, Maiyegun, have you noticed that for 30 years, Buhari no get job? He just collect pension. Can't go marry another wife. Aisha, that one marry a jobless man, because Buhari no get job. He had 150 cows in 1986. 150 cows in 1996. 150 cows in 2006. 150 cows in 2014. Oh, hang on. What did you just put up there? One sec. Yeah. So talking about, in fact, hang on. I think I've mixed that up there. One sec. This is the one I want to share. Then I'll continue. Sorry, guys, for that a little bit interruption. I'm sorry. I just got a message on my screen there. Not my screen, on my phone. It was like a mini emergency. So sorry for that interruption. So let's continue from where we are. So that video I shared with you, I was coming to that. So talking about us having the life we want. And then I was telling you about what somebody told me about Buhari. He had no job. He was unproductive for 30 years. Then Nigerians gave him job. Yeah? When Nigerians gave him job, millions of other Nigerians became jobless. The irony of it. So they never allow you to live the life you want to live. Now, talking about that video I showed earlier, it is also a PDP video. As you are watching this surugede dance between Tinubu within his camp, his political wherever, Osun State, which is the bedrock of the Wahala. That same Osun State, PDP there. You know, Wike is warning Raymond Dokwesi to be careful. In Osun, their former governor, Olagunsoye Oyinlola, some people believe that, you remember that Olagunsoye Oyinlola had to decamp to APC to help Aregbesola to win his second term. You remember that time? Now, when they didn't give him what they promised him in APC, Olagunsoye Oyinlola came out and he said, we made a great mistake, especially with the current killings in Yoruba land, the insecurity, the economic downturn, the unemployment and everything. He said, we made a grave mistake that we decided to join them in APC. So when he didn't get what he thought he was going to get from APC, he returned back to the PDP. Now, the youth in Osun, they feel like Olagunsoye Oyinlola want to stop their dancing senator. They are also doing their primaries. There's going to be governorship election in Osun. Ilalomo Odua, by the way, they are already approaching courts to stop the election. That one is another thing. They already mapped out how they are going to move their legal fight against all that, and we are waiting to see more. And they also need your support, by the way. For those of you who are the genuine Yoruba sons and daughters, you can chip in everything you have towards this, okay? Right? So there will be election in Osun, PDP, APC. So inside the PDP Osun, now the dancing senator, they are expecting to be their PDP candidates. The likes of Oyinlola, even like I said, they get their own candidate. Just like Aregbesola is fighting with his Tinubu's cousin. That was why they mobbed Oyinlola, the former governor. They want to beat him, but they didn't. By chance, they didn't beat him. Those are the youth. You see them on social media. They are PDP youth, though. They are not different from APC youth as well, okay? The only difference is that APC youth, yeah, they are supposed to be enjoying now, okay? But the poverty, even if you see a PC councillor, maybe, you know, we may do a GoFundMe for him. You need to see them anyway. But, you know, when they see other people in their own ward, they still thank God and say, I'm a councillor. Do you know who you are talking to? I'm a councillor. I say, hello, so they are the young people who have the hope that once APC is kicked out, for example, in Osun, you saw those young ones, they will consider themselves as those who fight for the party. Therefore, they are those who are supposed to be councillors, who are to be given appointments. You know, they are supposed to enjoy government. And they have something. That is why they are fighting themselves that way. So if their own candidates suddenly become the winner, they are those that will be selling tickets, Okada tickets for Okada riders. Jobless boys and girls, so look at them there. They are those you see on social media that will be telling you, you are just wasting your time. There is no other party that can win election. It's only PDP and APC. Then don't stop deceiving yourself. It's only PDP and APC. Anything else cannot win election. You know why? Look at them. They are many. They are in their millions. They are clinging on to the crumb that will fall from the table of the supposed masters. You see them as they are jumping up. They are hoping that one day, if PDP win, they can be councillors. So you're now saying Nigeria should break up. Can you tell those people in that gathering, calling Oyilola, Agbaya, Ole. They are the same member. They are the same party members. Oh. But it's about their future. It's about everybody's also. Those are the idiots that come on social media to come and argue with you. Some of you, before you argue or reply anybody's comments on social media, first, click on their profile so that you don't waste your energy. Don't waste your energy replying some people. It's a waste of time. Some of them are in those crowds. As you have them in Osun, you have them in Ogun, you have them in Lagos, you have them in Ondo, you have them in Ekiti, you have them in Oyo, Ibadan, you have them in Edo, you have them in Abia, you have them in Anambra, you have them in Kogi, you have them in Enugu, you have them everywhere. Young people clicking onto these criminals. When you talk, they say, you know, about this country, we understand. But sideways, they are hoping for their own turn. Those are the people waiting for their turn. They are all together. So if anybody is abusing you and all of them, sometimes they feel like we are just trying to take the bread away from them. Because if we take the bread away from APC, according to those APC lapdogs, the vuvuzela's, you want to take our food away. Now you want to give it to PDP. They pretend to not that they don't like themselves. But they are all united in this. I don't know if you get that anyway. Yeah, that's what's going on there. And it is the same at the top level too. You saw those Wike and Co. They are looking towards that Bauchi state governor. And that, wait till me that one name. Bala Muhammad, Bauchi governor. The one that said an average Fulani see himself as a Nigerian. All the Fulani others all over Africa, they see Nigeria as their country. So we should learn to accept them. Now, your governor, so those who want to come and save you, they are looking for Bala Muhammad or Tambua, the one that is currently headquartered the ISWAP. You know, say ISWAP, those ones are deadlier than Boko Haram. I don't know if they've told you. Now, Sokoto be their headquarters. So they are looking at these two so that they can use that to ease out APC. And they don't need Atifku's money. Where Wike has money, River State money. Akwa Ibom is PDP. No, Abi. Udom is PDP, Abi. Oil money, they will bring it. Bayelsa is oil money. They have oil money. They will bring it. Some of them will gather their money and they will invest on another Fulani president. So all of you that you are saying don't waste your time, just try and work with PDP. Let us go and work with PDP. You are just dumb and you don't know. So it is the same thing. Wherever you run to, Baba, you are trapped. The only better thing is that since it's a circle, try your best to jump the loop and jump out of the loop. You will see the light. No joke. So, Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB, I want to talk about that now. I know this update is so crucial. I should have started with that. But you see that Aregbesola episode, sometimes you just want to drop it as it thought. Okay. Anyway, if you are watching my video, I have almost 2,000 people on YouTube, and I think I have over 1,000 of you on Facebook. If you haven't really liked this video, you can like it for a moment. I want to tell you how Kenya is throwing Nigeria under the bus on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. Share this video, like it from wherever you are watching from. And for those who said that they are unable to, they didn't receive notification on YouTube. If you are watching me on YouTube and you've not been receiving any notification, take this moment, check your settings, okay? Check if you've subscribed, and check your notification if it's all on. In a minute, like the video. Let's take it up on YouTube.
Oh, you do I call. Oh, Mary, oh, Nindizu, Modiria, Abba Kyari, Mama Baora, Unapuri, Mary, Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri, Mary, Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri, Mary, Nnamdi go onye du aimo o meri woni nizu biro ya Abba Kyari mama ndamura unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri meri Nnamdi
win the war. Python. Okay. Sorry, I'm so terrible. Most times I just get so used to these songs that I just sing them along like that. For the past 8 months, Nigeria government and their agents have been lying or performing what we can call a circus show, a charade called the trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. It is a charade because it has no legal base whatsoever. I'm not a lawyer, but I have been following this long enough to be able to tell you what I know. And then you can see how easy it is to understand. Nigeria committed a crime when they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. As you are watching this video, Kenya, the Chief Justice of Kenya, no, not Chief Justice, Attorney General of Kenya, somebody who is like Malamu in Nigeria, they have approached court to say, yes, in their country, yes, Nnamdi Kanu entered our country legally. But we cannot find the traces, we cannot find the evidence when and how Nnamdi Kanu left our country. That is to say, Nigeria went to Kenya. They kidnapped a British citizen. They now smuggled him out of Kenya without the attention of the government of Kenya. That now makes it 2 crimes. This is how it's going to work. But I will let this barrister help me do the explanation, because if I talk too much now, it will be like say, Maiyegun, slow down. You don't have salt. Salt don't they enter arm. After this person talk, I go see add my own salt. Listen to this.
It's a very important topic to talk about, but I'll digress a little. I beg your indulgence to talk about a developing story, something that happened yesterday. There was an affidavit filed by the Attorney General of Kenya on the 10th of February before the Kenyan High Court, before which Nnamdi Kanu had brought a legal action. over this extraordinary rendition. So finally, we have the government of Kenya through an affidavit drawn up and filed by the Attorney General of Kenya, stating clearly, without any equivocation, that there was no record of departure of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya from when he entered Kenya last on the 12th of May last year. So this is the clearest confirmation yet, beyond media razzmatazz. This is now inside the record of the court of Kenya, that the Kenyan government is on record with such significant denial. So you can say that Nigeria has finally been thrown under the bus by Kenya. This denial, whether true or not, makes the case of extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu much stronger than it was before. That's number one. Number two, it has created a panoply of possible criminal violations that will ensue on grounds of the anti-torture legislation of Nigeria and the United Nations Convention Against Torture, and of course laws of Kenya. So right now you're looking at a situation where criminal indictments may lie against those people that participated directly or indirectly in the abduction, unlawful imprisonment, disappearance, torture, and the ultimate rendition of Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. So while we were hitherto, while we were previously talking about extraordinary rendition as a barrier to his prosecution in the Abuja criminal matter that is pending, we are now talking about a situation where you have very serious.
It's a long conversation, but because of our time, I decided to chip that in. So what Barrister Aloy Ejimako was trying to tell us there is this. Even though Nigeria is telling you that they want to try Nnamdi Kanu, yeah? In the process of trying to get Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria has committed a crime under the international law. Now, Nigeria also committed another crime, a very, very serious one. Oh, they kidnapped an innocent citizen from another country. They tortured him, and then they took him out of that country without the attention of the authority in that country. So when this whole thing goes down, yeah, Kenya, Nigeria, when this goes down, Nigeria and Kenya will have to throw out all the officers involved, because the indictment that will be coming will not just come over the country, it's coming after those who did the job in Kenya and those who work with Malamu in Nigeria, including the pilots. The pilot that flew the plane, that took an anchored, kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. So when some of you are waiting for Nigeria, as you are praying that Buhari should do this to Nnamdi Kanu, Buhari should jail him, Buhari should keep him, the only thing Buhari can do is to enjoy his illegality while it lasts. Last, Buhari, Malamu, and so many people that you and I don't even know that were involved in kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu, there will be those standing trial for extraordinary rendition. You don't say somebody jumped bail when you attempted to kill him. Barrister Mike Ozekome, the Agbejoro, to danto in Yoruba, a bona fide professional solicitor. He had more to say about Kenya. I think you should listen.
Jump bail when instead of coming to court for trial, you voluntarily escape. But when you escape, when you run away from death, that cannot be jumping bail. Nnamdi Kanu would have died. So when he now went to London, where he's also a British citizen, he had another glass, which again was seized from him and broken when he was captured in Kenya, like a common criminal, and forcefully renditioned to Nigeria. So today he has no glasses to use. So the court now has ordered the DSS to ensure that he gets his glasses. Then on the issue of clothes, if I'm here.
I think
John Bay, when he said to come,
are bad, and bad. Like I described it before the court, they are as dead as dodo. All that the court requires is to give them a decent burial. Because there is nothing whatsoever in the counts at all. You are accusing Nnamdi Kanu of making some broadcast. You didn't say where this broadcast was made. Was it made in the spirit world? Was it made in the air? Was it made under the ground? You didn't state. That was to run away from the first count they had fired, which we attacked when they had mentioned the United Kingdom. So they thought that by not mentioning a place, they had gotten away from it. But as a matter of fact, they had worsened their case, because the Federal High Court Act says specifically, Section 34, that you must state the very location, specific location where an offense has been committed. Yes. That is one. They couldn't state any. They say made brokers, and that the brokers were in furtherance of some treasonable acts. For you to charge a person with furthering treason, you must have to charge the person with treason. Nnamdi Kanu is not charged with treason here. We call it the predicate offense. Sure. It is from this predicate offense that the acts of furthering will emanate. So they are building castles on empty air. There's nothing to support it. You are saying that the broadcast he made led to protests, violent protests in the east and in Lagos, affecting Lagos transportation system. Does this court have jurisdiction territorially over Lagos and matters that happen near Uli, near Ihiala, in Anambra State? No. Does this court have jurisdiction over matters if there was an offense committed, for example, say in UK? Does this court have jurisdiction over matters that happen in UK? Answer, no. Because this court cannot exercise jurisdiction on matters within a sovereign land, another country that has sovereignty under international law. Another major point is that you are trying this man, saying for committing, for belonging to a proscribed organization. And I must now say this, contrary to what the prosecution said last time. Nnamdi Kanu has never denied being a member of IPOB. He says, I am not a member of proscribed IPOB. I want all of you to know the difference. And when IPOB was proscribed through the court process, Nnamdi Kanu challenged it. The matter is at the Court of Appeal currently. Yeah. Nobody knows the judgment of the Court of Appeal. If the Court of Appeal finally says that this proscription was wrong, as we are contending, let's say by that time you had already tried Nnamdi and jailed him, how will you bring him back? So you are trying him under a law that is inchoate, that is being challenged, whose efficacy and longevity is being tested and has not been finished. So we call it lite pendens, or the doctrine of sub judice. So you cannot. So Nnamdi Kanu, in his extrajudicial statement, said he founded IPOB in 2012 in London, and that is the head. He has never denied being the founder, head, and member of IPOB, but he denies being a member of proscribed IPOB. This point must be made clear. We have also challenged the entire law itself, the Terrorism Prevention Act as amended of 2011 as amended in 2013. Now, it is not a law within the exclusive legislative list of the National Assembly that it ought to have made. It has no competence to make it under the Constitution. We have also challenged that. There are other grounds, very strong grounds, where we are challenging that. For example, you brought this man, you abducted him by force, you tortured him, you captured him like a common criminal in Kenya. A British citizen who had gone to Kenya voluntarily, you captured him, you abducted him, and you rendered him
to Nigeria by force without going through any extradition process. And all the laws governing this matter, like Article 12, sub 4, Article 34 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, like sections 4 to 6 of the terrorism and other acts within the Commonwealth jurisdiction, and even Part 5A of the guidelines issued pursuant to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, say that before you can try a person for an offense, you have to show that the person was rendered freely and voluntarily, lawfully, to your country from the country where he was, maybe as a fugitive or as a visitor. But Nnamdi Kanu was captured in Kenya and brought here extrajudicially to Nigeria to face trial. That cannot make any count based on that to stand. It is like saying that you can destroy a person ahead so as to have the chance to try the person. So we raised some very fundamental steps, and in any case, in any event, the entire 34 grounds that we fight, the entire affidavit and a better affidavit, including points of law, they could never deny any of them. They just did what you call general denial by saying the prosecution denies the affirmance in your affidavit. What are you saying to it? What did they say to the fact that Nnamdi Kanu was extrajudicially rendered and renditioned to Nigeria? They don't have a word. What do they say to the fact that this case is on appeal and you cannot charge a person on a law that is still inchoate? They have nothing to say. What do they say when we said that this court has no jurisdiction? Because you have not said that the law was breached here. You are saying it was breached in another country and it had ricocheting effects here. Where is the predicate offense, which is terrorism, which you did not charge him for? They have nothing to say. So everything they have here is hollow, and hollow. And that is why we are telling the court to strike out the 15-count charge, discharge and acquit Nnamdi Kanu, let him breathe the fresh air of Nigeria.
Did you hear that? So for some of you, especially the lovers of Nnamdi Kanu, all right, who have been waiting patiently, and you are becoming impatient. Let me tell you something that I deduced from that conversation. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, they are not asking for bail. Nigeria government that is brandishing different lies in their media about what they are trying Nnamdi Kanu for. They are charging him on 15-count charge. None of them include terrorism or treason. Even though you, Lagos Abobaku, Oshogbo Alimajiri, humbled slave, obedient fool, sophisticated moron, uncle, even if you are expecting them to jail Nnamdi Kanu or kill him, Nnamdi Kanu this and that, I wish you are educated enough to understand. They can't. They are not even planning to. All their charges, his lawyers are not asking for bail. His lawyers are asking the court to throw them away and release Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know it's a two different thing now? When are they going to free our leader? When are they going to release our leader? I am saying it to you now. Yes, it takes almost forever. It is because Nigeria continue to run from their own courts. So, Nigeria, all this while, Nigeria has presented their charges now. In April, the defense of Nnamdi Kanu, they said they are not going to ask for bail. They are going to ask the courts that although they have 15-count charge, we have 34 ground to fight Nigeria and tell you in this court that you cannot even, you see, waiting the ground, Nigeria court cannot handle it. You, judge, we want you to give that judgment. Say, you know, if you handle them. We are going to deal with these people who kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. To save yourself,
Now, you need to discharge Nnamdi Kanu. So, I think it's the best way I can explain it to you. They are not asking for bail. They are not asking for bail anymore. And it's a process, it's a court process. The only leverage, the only power that Nigeria has right now is for them to keep running away from courts. Do you understand that? So just give them time. Give them time. And watch how this is going to play out. Nnamdi Kanu is not going to die in their detention. Nah, they won't dare. You get them? So and I'm following, maybe Nami just today. Maybe I am the one who just probably gets carried away. But I understand my feelings. And I just told you how. And you probably should think it too. My time is gone. It's almost gone. So now let's talk about this, okay? On YouTube, if you are my friend, if you're actually following Maiyegun genuinely, right? There's no, it doesn't look good that you have over 2,000 of us on YouTube, and we only have 800 of you who could take just a minute to leave the chat room and like the video, drop your offering. It's so easy. You can do that within a sec. You won't miss anything. I'll still be talking. You'll still be watching me. But you can leave that chat room, like the video, and if you haven't even shared it, come on, it's the moment, share it. Because my next story, which is my final one tonight, is going to be that of no other person than our man, Pablo Abba Kyari. Pablo is Lagbo, where he meets with some of the criminals who they run the underworld with. If you know, you know. For all of us, we grew up in Yoruba land. If you know, you know. Right? Pablo was a role model to so many people. Oh, why do I keep popping this picture? You know, it is just that to know that if Tinubu, Kolu, should become APC, Egbekegbe presidential candidate, Gandola, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano, Gandola is going to be the one to deputize him. I just thought you should remember that, by the way. But I mean, in this same Nigeria, Pablo, where they sell drug, Pablo, who has a link to all the drug dealers from Brazil, from Ethiopia, to this place, to that place, all over Africa. Pablo is also, Pablo is many things, okay? Pablo is also a role model, campaigning against drugs. The same drug that the way they sell is advising people. I've got advice against drug and the rest of that. Now that they caught him, now that the Kasala don't bust, Pablo, I heard it somewhere. They said Pablo is now complaining that now the IPOB, all of you IPOB members, you have become the nightmare of so many people, by the way. I remember when that weary, the one that is the judge of the Code of Conduct Tribunal in Nigeria? You know that guy? That lunatic, yeah? The one that beat up somebody. He beat up a security guard at a shopping mall in Abuja. A judge, he beat the guy up, beat him up. Do you know what we are talking about? We caught it on video. The madman suddenly said, I was attacked by IPOB. So some of you IPOB members, I don't know how you did it, though. But let's say you don't give so many people serious nightmare. Somehow. And I think it's that part of paranoia. That kind of paranoia that is making some of them to just act like mad people in a country that they claim to be the leader of the place. Yeah? They act like if you see an Igbo man, if you see this and that. Now, the Igbo man tell you, say, may you go, they deal with drug. You are supposed to be on suspension. You are not supposed to do any police job. They were investigating you for the money you collected from Oshpopi. Oshpopi is in Chicago jail, waiting for the government of America to sentence him. They were supposed to sentence Raymond Abaso. Oshpopi. They were supposed to sentence him this month, because Abba Kyari couldn't make the flight. Now they have adjourned the sentencing of Oshpopi to sometimes in May or June this year. So is it the IPOB members that told Abba Kyari to go and collect money from criminals and continue to cover them up? This man is not just that kind of criminal alone, no, about money and drug. He is also a murderer. If you know how many innocent Biafrans that this guy, under the disguise of looking for IPOB members, they said he was to go to Eastern Nigeria and hunt down the ESN leaders. Do you understand? So, because he is a leader of the underworld, nobody knew then that Abba Kyari from Borono, where did he come from? From Borono, is in contact, in a very good relationship with drug dealers who are using Enugu airports. So, from Borono to Enugu, can you imagine? If to say Nigeria is a real country where everybody controls their region, that is going to be called cross-border, trans-border drug smuggling. Abba Kyari, police officer. He was hunting Igbos. He was hunting Biafrans. He was killing them, making them disappear. He was locking them up in different detention all over the country, unaccounted for. He was doing that with so much glee. He was enjoying it. Obi Kubana. They said the Igbos don't like Abba Kyari. IPOB don't like Abba Kyari. Abba Kyari is a friend to Obi Kubana. That was how some of my IPOB brothers, they are like, you go see what you go happen to that Obi Kubana soon. Shebi is Abba Kyari friend. See all these killings going on in Eastern Nigeria. When was the last time Obi Kubana talk about it? When was the last time the Himoni talk it? When and what, you know, all those things. People, they para. Because they are friends of Abba Kyari, the man that goes to Eastern Nigeria, heavily harmed, and is hunting for Biafrans in the name of IPOB. And he kills them. People have lost their family members. They don't even have anywhere to report to. Because Abba Kyari was licensed to kill. So if you begin to probe Abba Kyari, you realize that some of those Igbo brothers and sisters they killed in disguise, they told you, unknown gunmen, this, unknown that, they are going into villages. Look around you today, Ebube Agu, Ebube Lizard. They are burning people's homes now in Eastern Nigeria. So this Abba Kyari is a murderer. that if a thorough investigation is done and people are being picked up here and there, so now turning around to say the IPOB are behind him. IPOB told you to go and to go and do drug smuggling using police work, changing 15 kg cocaine, changing with 15 kg elubo, and then you see went back there to collect 5 kg to do a transaction, and your brother, his brother is a criminal. I don't know why they haven't arrested his brother. There are so many people that should be arrested now. But somehow, they can go to northern Nigeria. In fact, the only reason why some people are angry with what is happening to Abba Kyari is because, especially from northern Nigeria, is because the Biafrans are celebrating it badly. You should be celebrating it. He is a criminal. That if he wasn't, if they never caught him, right? He will be your police IG. Imagine police IG, drug dealer, drug baron, police IG. Your own never finish with that. Even though Nigeria don't finish. But I mean, you get what I mean? You should be celebrating. But Nigeria is Nigeria. You all love your criminals differently. And I understand. I do. I'm going to go. Because I've had a very wonderful night, by the way. And if you are just joining me, you can rewind, you can rewind the video and you can watch it all over again. And yes, I'm going to see you some other time. Okay. So for those of you who are yet to drop your own offering, I know you would love to call in and make some contribution tonight, but it's late. And you know how we do it, yeah? Hopefully the time will change soon and we can switch the time as well. But don't forget it, okay? If this is your first time of watching Maiyegun, and you kind of enjoy yourself as well, you lasted this long, and you haven't really subscribed on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, come on, click on that right now. Like the video, share it, subscribe, and you will never miss a thing. You get what I mean? I'll see you some other time. Thank you so much to all of you, and you should all have a wonderful night. Good night from here.
Maiyegun da command of the masses. MaiyegunDiary Politico. This man not dey off in mind.
Hello there. Good afternoon to you, good morning to you, good evening to you from wherever you're watching from. So this is a breaking news. So wherever you're watching from, share the broadcast, invite others. I have an update for every one of you today. Okay. So what happened is that the donation that we are doing for Oloye Sunday Igboho, I have an update on that, where GoFundMe, I've given the reason why we can't continue with the fundraiser. So I'm going to ask again that you should please share the broadcast before we continue. So thank you very much.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Thank you so much. Yes, as many people are joining, some people are wondering, is this live or not? Yes, it is. And that is why it is impromptu. It's going to be short, but it's very important. So number one thing is that last night, after 6 or 7 days of review by GoFundMe, yeah, they finally sent a message that they couldn't let us continue. That in their own book, in their own policy, what we are requesting the fund for
is fine. But I mean, sorry, what we are requesting the money for is fine, but in their own policy, it goes against their own policy. Because when they did their review, it's obvious that government of Nigeria, government of Benin Republic are going to be legally dragged to court. Whatever that is, to them, they don't want to get involved. So, and they said something that I actually would like to tell you, and that is, your cause is legitimate. We understand that. But if it was pretty much for something like support, which in other words, if we rearrange our story and our cause for still the same thing, but differently narrated, not like deceitfully, no. The purpose is to help initially, and they understood that. But being so clear and direct is what they feel like is going to put them at the center of this whole thing. So, and like I told every one of you, that the reason why I chose a public platform to raise this fund is because it is the best way to raise a fund of this magnitude where everybody can at least have an open book of who give what and from where. It is also it's also an open book for even those who are not even donating, including those who are probably doubting what we can do. It is an open book to show our capability, our seriousness, and we did that. But some people are advising me, Maiyegun, this matter is serious. We need to get a bank account. We need to get this, and I'm like, no. That is taking it too far now. What we want to do on MaiyegunsDiary Politico and the Yorubas in diaspora through MaiyegunsDiary Politico is called an intervention. And that is why I don't want any collusion. And also, to say this again, right? Everyone who contributed every penny towards that fundraiser, have received their money back. That is one thing. Another reason why I choose GoFundMe. If they say no, your money is not lost. Your money is back into your bank, and people have been messaging me, Maiyegun, what happened? I just received an email. I just received my money back in my bank. I just received my bank money back. What happened? My donation is back. What's going on? What are we going to do? That is one perfect reason why. Also, so another reason why I chose GoFundMe. It is open. It is transparent. It is traceable. It is refundable. Not only that, if the donation, the fundraiser is cancelled, not only that you will get your money back, even if the fundraiser is never cancelled, if you change your mind donating, you can go back there and cancel your donation and get your money back. It is so straightforward like that. And to me and my friends on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, we did prove something. That we are not just all talk, no action. Yeah, people, if you receive your money back, you can drop it in the comments. 208 donors received their money back, every penny of it. I don't know if they refund your charges, because I don't know if they charged you when you make donation. I'm not sure of that. But at least you got your money back. That is the confidence I want to build in people. That if you want to send your money, you must be able to follow it. We have other options, of course. We have other options better than, other options than GoFundMe. But they are not as open as GoFundMe. I know my friends trust me. Yes, they do. And I'm not by any inch willing to betray that. But now, I'm being boxed to the corner in order to compromise my own kind of principle in this regard. Because at this point, when openness is threatened, then being discreet will be next. And then that would then come to the name Maiyegun. Are you sure that's how much he actually received? People have what do you call it? you all have, I don't know if you still have it, but if you read the video, if you read the caption or description right now, you will see the address, the BTC, the Bitcoin address. We have that, but that is discreet. It simply means you don't know the donor. You don't know how much they donated until I tell you. Do you understand that? We always have that option. I have my PayPal or MaiyegunsDiary Politico that raised over $1,500 for a fan on this platform, my PayPal. But it simply means I will know the donors and I will be the only one to tell you how much they donated. Do you see where I'm beginning to feel like I am being boxed to the corner now? It's like saying, diaspora said, Maiyegun, let's do something. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But let's do it transparently. Yes, there will be questions. There will be people with concerns. There will be people with suspicion and all of that, of course. But let's do it transparent enough that we can at least, all of us can have enough peace of mind and say, yeah, at least I saw that. But if that is now being kind of threatened, then being discreet will be next. Being discreet means, one, I either go into partnership with some people. They will say, people you trust. Who do I trust? My friends on social media. Let us go and join hands and open an account to raise money for Sunday Igboho. That is me being dragged further into things that are not mine. That is not my way. Or, okay, Maiyegun, we trust you. We can use your own platform to raise the fund. That too is also putting me in the fix. That's what I said. That is why I said that I am currently at the corner, but I'm not the kind that shy away. I'm not going to shy away. But I'm going to throw it open to everybody. These are our options as we speak. Yes, I have friends who reach out to me every now and then through my different donation platforms. That's for me. When I open my platforms and I see, oh, Maiyegun, well done for the job. Well, I really appreciate you. I just want to say thank you. Take this. I get that all the time. Well, I do get that, but not all the time. They are for me. They are mine. So having to put them forward to raise something this big, then that can be my own decision. Yes, we want to help. And what we want to do is called intervention. An organization can come together and present to us a unified account. I don't have any special interest in this other than for an innocent man to be free, just same way you feel. It's the same way I feel. Same way you put your money towards the fundraiser, it's the same way I put mine. The same way you got your refund, it's the same way I got mine. So it is nothing that has nothing to do with special interest. But what I won't do is that force myself going into an arrangement that I have never done. No, I won't. But I can do one thing. If we have, for example, Ilana Odua, UK, if all of you agree with me, yeah, if they present to us a unified account, I, Maiyegun, will present that to you. If you all agree, the other option we have is that they are so discreet, which means apart from this GoFundMe, there is no way we can do this public. But I have my own way of doing things public. I actually enjoy it. When people donate money through my PayPal, yeah, I love sharing the balance and all of that for those who have been following me on MaiyegunsDiary Politico for some time. So our options are opened. The only one that I have control over now, it is that Bitcoin, BTC. I don't know how it works 100%. I'm still working behind the scene to see that even if you don't have a Bitcoin account, can you make a donation through via your credit card, debit card, via a link that will eventually come to the address. When I figure that out, I will recommend it. So the bottom line is this. GoFundMe feels like we are trying to raise fund as a nation, Yoruba nation, which is people who are trying to break away from Nigeria. And by so doing, using their platform to raise that amount of money is going to put them at the center of it, and it is against their policy. Nobody reported our fundraiser. Okay? That is one reason I want to also say to you. Our fundraiser was never reported by anybody, and do not join anybody saying, oh, they are the government. I told you. You told nothing because you know nothing. So I went through all their policy. I was like, oh, damn it. I think it makes sense now. No, it did make sense. What we're going to do then is just to improvise. We want to be open as we can. But it seems that that being open, we have to redesign it. But without being delayed or being held back, we have alternatives. That alternative is now open to you. Just like the last time when we discussed this, I threw it open to everybody. I said, should we go in and intervene? And you said, yes, let's do it. I said, okay, give me a minute. Let me talk to the man at the center of it all. Then I managed to contact and reach out to him. He agreed. He said, go ahead. That was when I came back to all of you. And I told you, this is how we are going to do it. And within 14 hours, you, my great friends, the friends of Igbowo, you, the great sons and daughters of Yoruba land, you Omoluabis, all over the world, you silent watchers, secret admirers, and then, behind the scene crowd that people don't see. You shocked them, and you raised nearly 9 million naira in 14 hours. That is called commitment. That is to say, yes, we will do it. Maiyegun, yes, we will do it, but let us do it right. That's what I want. We will do it right. So, it is open. I am not going to decide. Somebody is saying that, why can't we just trust Ilanomo Odua? Of course, we trust them. Eventually, you see, the money we wanted to raise earlier, if everything went well, we will still have to pay the lawyers through Ilana Odua UK. That will require some level of trust to do, if you ask me. That is called trust. And trust is something you build. If you want people to trust you, then you have to trust them. People break trust, of course. But until that happens, you can't hold people for what others have done. So to say, you get what I mean now? So all of this whole thing requires cooperation, collaboration, and every way we can be of help to ourselves, of course. So it requires trust. So I am making our options open. I don't want our options kind of rigid or kind of, you don't plan them already. People say a lot, but I believe that the majority of us who are focused enough on what we want and how we are going to get what we want, we have shown that we have the capacity to raise the money. Yes, we have shown that we have the capacity. If we want to raise the 50 million naira, we can raise it. If we want to raise 100 million naira, we can raise it. Yes, we can. But our options of raising the fund is now going to be divided. Let me put it that way. If I am going to continue to use my platform for this, like we said, like use your platform, Maiyegun, raise the money. Then I'm going to recommend I'm going to recommend the PayPal. I'm going to recommend what's the other one? This one with, let me check it. It's on my app. There is this other one. Cash App. I'm going to recommend that. There is a donor box. Yeah. And then there is this BTC. Now, the advantage of all of this is that, except for BTC, that you can't really know who donated and how much. And good enough. I have all this, like I told you, I have this on my own computer. Yeah. So I can check, even if I don't know much about BTC. I can check, and I opened this specifically for the fundraiser for Oloye Sunday Igboho. Remember that. So let me see if I can share the screen with you. Now, this is what the BTC looks like. And same way, I can also open my PayPal right here and at the same time share you the balance. Same thing the GoFundMe would do, but it will require a hell of a trust, which I already earned anyway. I'm not worried about the trust I have doing this. But at the same time, if we are going to have a detour, I'm going to need your consent to proceed as well, which is what we're going to possibly discuss later tonight. Okay. Now, this is the one donation, one BTC donation I got, right? It says if I want to change it to US dollars. Let me see if you can see that on your screen. Can you? Now, this is the Bitcoin, all right? So when it came in and I decided to convert it to US dollars, it says here that we have $6.46. Are you with me? Now, the advantage of it is that it is on my system here. Same thing with my PayPal. Now, we can have our charts and sit down here and say, let's raise funds. How much are we? Where are we at now? Do you get what I mean now? I can do that. But at the same time, when we finally reach what we want, we still have to work with Ilanomo Odua. I know people have their reservations and all of that about this. But like I told you, if this is about Oloye Sunday Igboho, if this is about the Yoruba, the Yoruba nation activists and all of them, yeah, then we must learn how to trust and work with others. Carefully, of course. You know what I mean? Everybody has a name to protect. There are people who have names to protect, indeed. And money is actually not what will make them break. I am one of them, and this is why I would rather throw our options open than to come here unilaterally and say, oh, and remember this, our effort is called intervention. It is not a takeover. We have no plan to take, to take the fight from those who have been fighting it. What we are intervening is that we want it done differently this time around, with result. And that is not too much to ask for. So, talking about transparency, this is where we are, and this is why you got your money back after you donated a week ago. So normally I would take calls, but I've got a quick run to make. I just decided to drop this here for everyone who is, kind of surprised that they got their money back after they donated, and to so many people who have been trying to also donate and make this happen. Yeah. We have taken off the link and everyone has gotten their money back. So if whatever we decide to do tonight, I will be back on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. If you have the chance of joining me, remember this, it's going to be the main conversation tonight. And I'm going to open the line from the word go. Immediately I turn on the camera, I'm turning on the phone too. So we start the conversation around it. Whatever we agree on tonight, should we go with option A? Let's talk to Ilanomo Odua to give us a unified account. It is a registered account a registered organization here in the UK. We know their handlers, we know them, right? So should we ask them to provide us a unified account here in the UK or anyone they have control over? And we can present that to everybody and we can send in our donation and they can tell us when we have reached or which mark we have reached. Oh, we've got to 10,000, all that stuff. Or we should continue to use the open platform that are traceable digitally. The option is open. Or other things that I'm not probably thinking about now, okay? Tonight, you can always make all those suggestions, okay? Whatever we agree on by tomorrow morning, Yeah, we'll fire on that as well. Thank you very much for your time. And again, there is no cause for alarm. This cause is still on course. This campaign is on course. We will get it and we will donate and we will raise the money. When we raise the money, we will raise the team that we believe that are firebrand enough to drag, not just Nigeria, to drag Benin Republic out of their hellhole like never before. That's the plan. And it is an act of good gesture to save an innocent man from the gulag. Thank you very much for your time. I'll see you later tonight.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.